Assalamu alaikum, my name is Sayyeda Thawer. Welcome to today's IBN Art and Craft show. I will be your host for today, and in this show we will be demonstrating how to make homemade little boxes. Now I'm not talking about those huge boxes in which you give bigger gifts, but I'm talking about those boxes in which we will be using to give gifts like something like small candles or cupcakes or soft toys, anything that is small and can fit into the size of the box. Now this show will be divided into two parts. In the first part of the show, we will be demonstrating how to make a box like this. This is a box in which, this box is perfect for giving gifts such as cupcakes or soft toys or anything that I mentioned just now. Well, it depends upon you what exactly you want to place into this, but this box is perfect for giving a gift to somebody. In the second part of the show, I will be demonstrating how to make a box like this, in which you can either give a gift or you can even use it to store things yourself. For example, we have things like hair clips, scarf pins, little candies. So it really depends upon you. What exactly do you want to use it for? If you want to use it to give as a gift, you can. And if you want to use it to store something for yourself, you can. So basically, this is what we're going to be learning today. I will try to go slowly so that you can all follow my steps. And I hope you all learn and enjoy from this activity. And I hope that it helps you sometime. Because let's say if you have a friend's birthday party in school the next day and you suddenly remembered at night that you have nothing to give her, you don't really have to take a lot of tension and go to the gift shop and go get something for her. If you know how to make a box like this, you can even give her a cupcake. So it doesn't really matter whether you are artistic or not. This exercise is very easy. We're not going to be needing even expensive things. We're just going to be needing a collection of colored papers. The color depends upon you, and a few other things that I'm going to be mentioning shortly. So the things that you will be needing for this activity is colored paper. I have chosen yellow because I like yellow, but you can choose any color that you like. If you have interesting colors in which you want to mix and match, then that's totally upon you. You'll be needing stick glue. You'll be needing eraser. These are all the basic fundamentals of any art and craft activity. You'll be needing a pencil, a ruler, a scissor. A scissor is a must. For the extra, these are the main things. For the extra things, you will probably be needing a double-side tape or a mounting tape. Now this is not very necessary. If you don't have it, then you don't really have to bother. You can still use your glue. If it's strong enough, just make sure your glue is strong to stick the corners properly, because this is what we're going to use to stick the box all together. You will be needing a piece of ribbon. I've chosen purple because I feel that it's going to match with my decoration. And you will be needing a punch machine. So that's it. If you take a look, we don't really need a lot of expensive things. It's just that it's just the basic things that we all usually have them at home. And I'm sure most of you have all of these things in your collection, especially if you're an art lover and you like playing with paper and scissors. So now, since I've mentioned all the things that we will be needing, it's time to get started.
Don't go away. The art show will be right back.
So let's get started. Here is my colored paper. The first thing that we have to do is measure 7 centimeters from the left. As you can see, I have already made a few marks on my paper, but that is just to make you understand better. But I will do this process so that you know what I'm doing. So first we measure 7 centimeters from the left. You make your mark over there. Again measure 7 centimeters in the same column. Just like that. And what you can do is draw a line. The line doesn't have to be very, very dark. It's just an indication for you to understand better. Now we need to draw 7 centimeters again. These are all the marks that I made previously. Okay. So we draw a line. Like that. And we measure the same thing again, 7 centimeters. So basically, we're dividing this A4 size paper into columns of 7 centimeters. I hope that makes sense. So draw the line. And lastly, we need to do it once more. Okay, now you can see I have divided my A4 size paper into 7, 7, 7 and 7 centimeters. Okay, if you take a long ruler, this will be 7 centimeters, 14 centimeters, 21 centimeters and 28 centimeters. These are 4 sections of 7 centimeters. So if you multiply 4 times 7 is equal to 28 centimeters. So I hope I didn't confuse you on that. Now, the next step is to measure 7 centimeters from the bottom. Just the way we did previously. This process is a bit long, but once you're done with this, you don't have to do this again. It's just like one time. So, okay. Now once we have done for the bottom, we need to do the same thing for the top. So I'm going to measure 7 centimeters again. Basically, this box is going to be a 7 centimeter box. That's why we keep measuring the same amount over and over again. Okay. So I'm drawing my last line here. Okay. The main part is over. Just make sure you have done the measurements properly so that you don't have to erase and redo them over and over again. Now, the next important thing that we need to do is follow the line that you've drawn, use your thumbnail and make a fold from the back. Just like that. You see? I'm doing it again here. The reason to why we need to do this is because the box is eventually going to be folded, isn't it? So you can't leave the A4 size paper to remain flat, we need to fold it. So just make sure your folds are coming up properly. Like that. We have one more to do. Like that. And the last one. So now that we're done with the folding part, before I go on, I still need to do this. Just to hang on. Okay, we're almost done with this part. I'm just folding them back again so that the folds are well done. I don't want to have a problem later. So now that we're done with this part, I'm going to repeat just once more that what I did until this step. I took my A4 size paper, I divided it into 4 columns of 7 centimeters each, and I drew 7 centimeters from the top, drawing a whole line, and I drew a 7 centimeters line from here, from the bottom, all the way to the end. So basically I have a grid of 7 centimeters boxes. And then I folded the paper according to the lines by using my ruler and my thumb, the nail of my thumb, and just drew the line. Now, since we have got that, all we need is this area. We don't need this part and this part. Therefore, we need to get rid of these parts. Okay? We won't really be needing this. We only need this area that is going to stick the box all together. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut this bit out. Be very careful that you do not cut anything extra out of the box. Okay, so as you can see, I have removed the extra parts that I'm just going to throw away. I'm not going to be needing this. So can you see the shape of my A4 size paper now? I have an extra bit jetting out, and that's exactly what I need. Now, the next step that we have to do is, do you see these areas here? These, I will call these areas panels. Okay? I need to cut these panels here for the bottom side, and the same thing for the top side. The reason to this is because a box has flaps at the top and at the bottom. So this is what by cutting these parts, I'm going to get those flaps of the box. So if you haven't understood, just watch what I do and then you will understand the procedure. So I'm taking my scissors and slitting this part here. And I'm going to be doing the same thing for the next parts. as you can see, I have slit all these 4 panels here, and now they are loose. This is exactly what I need you to do. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the top side. Okay, this is one of the main tasks completed for the making of this box. Now, before I continue, I want to show you, I want to make a dry fold of this box before decorating and using glue and everything. Since the paper is already dry for now, I want to try and fold this box so that you know how the box is going to look like. So the first thing that we need to do is hold the paper in this manner and just make sure you take this extra jetting bit and attach it with this area of the box. So, do you see? It's pretty simple. It's a very flexible method actually. If you are still wanting to decorate your box, you can fold your box flat again and do whatever you want with it. But since I'm showing you how to fold it, this is how it's done. And then you take the bottom part like that. If you can see. And the top part. Can you see? This is how the box is going to look like. But I think it looks pretty blank and simple. So I want to decorate my box, and I'm sure you all would feel like doing it too, because this box is too plain. Before I start adding my decorations, I want to differentiate between the top part and the bottom part. Since I have decided that this is my bottom part, I can even turn it over and have this as my bottom part. It doesn't really matter, okay? But so it's upon you to choose. I choose my top part to be this side. So now what I want to do is I want to differentiate the top part and the bottom part. Both are squares. So I want this part to look more neater, smoother, and much more prettier than the bottom part, because this is just going to be folded and remain at the bottom of the box, while this is going to be seen, like this is going to be the top part. So I want to make it smooth. So what I have in mind is I'm going to draw arcs at the corner of this box. Just like that. Now I know drawing manually might give me some uneven corners, but that's okay, because it's just I like drawing these arcs. If you have a stencil at home, please use it, or you can even use a protector or anything round for that matter. Let's say I have this candle, so I can just use it to make an arc. Actually, this is a good idea. I'll do that. So you can use anything circular to make these arcs. If you think it's difficult, then just ask an adult to help you for this part of the activity. Okay. Now you can see I have got my arcs that I'm going to cut. So if you can see, I'm already smoothing out the corners into rounded edges. I feel this looks much more better than having a sharp corner like this part here. Do the same for the other side. Okay, I'm gonna just skip these waste beads away. Now, as you can see, I have rounded edges for the top and square sharp corner for the bottom. And this is exactly what I need. Now we are ready to decorate the box. For decorating the box, we need to flip it over because this will be the outer part of the box. See, it's much more neater. Since we have the pencil marks here, it's obvious that this is going to go inside and this is going to be outside. Now, I have prepared a few flowers that I've taken some time to make. These flowers are very easy. I have just manually drawn flowers on colored paper, cut them out into 4, and then drawn the flower again in a yellow paper, cut them out, and then just attach them together. I feel this idea is pretty good because the flower is there. I mean, it's 2 flowers together, so it sort of gives me a 3D effect if I pop these petals upwards, push them upwards, and I think it's pretty neat. Now, what I need to do is just stick these flowers to wherever I want. Basically, these are the 4 areas that we should be sticking. So I'm just going to take some glue and put it in the center. If you put glue in all the petals, then you won't be able to lift the petals up. So it's not going to give you a 3D effect. So I'm just going to put the glue in the center and start sticking one here. Okay, I have the other flower here. I'm not going to stick everything in a straight line because I don't like everything to be even. I prefer a bit of unevenness and just being more creative. So the third one will go here, a bit lower. So it's basically a zigzag. It's not much of a zigzag, but yeah, slightly. Okay. We can wait for it to dry a bit. And so just push them in a bit and just wait for a while until they dry. In the meantime, you can like lift these petals up, you know. Okay, now that we're done with this step, we are ready to fold the box. And this is how we're going to do, as I showed you just now, a while ago, that hold the box, flip it over first, make it flat, and then take your right side and your left side, and then just join them together. Now, one thing that is very important is how are we going to stick this area? You can use a glue stick if you want, but the glue stick is a bit problematic because this box is going to be staying vertically. So it might open up, it might not stick very well. It will eventually if you hold the box for a long time, you know, it will. But I have this mounting tape which is very, very helpful in such a situation. You can even use a double-sided tape if you have. But again, these are not a must. Even if you have liquid glue, you can still try and paste some here and just hold the box until it's stuck, you know. So I'm gonna take a strip of this glue. How long is it? This long. Okay. So I'm gonna cut this. Now since this is too thick, I don't really need this much. So I'm gonna cut, so I'm gonna trim it again into a thinner one. The glue is very strong and it sticks the box perfectly. Okay, now I have my strip ready. So this tape has glue on both sides. So first I'm going to stick it here. I'm going to stick it a bit towards the inside so that the tape doesn't show when I fold the box all together. Okay. I'll just stick this towards the inside again. Okay, it's perfectly stuck now. Can you see? Now it's time to remove the upper layer of the sellotape. But before I do that, I'm also going to fold the bottom part together. So take the right side, push it inward. Take the left side, push it this way. The way you fold the bottom totally depends on you. It doesn't have to be like that. You can like do it on your own, however you want it. It will just fit automatically. Okay, so now I need to stick this side. Now I'm going to remove this tab here. You know, this part is really tricky, but once you do it properly, you don't have to bother. Okay, I have stuck my box. Now I need to stick the bottom part. That is simple, just use some glue. I've put the glue in this area, and now I'm going to stick this part firmly. So now this bit is remaining that also goes in with the glue. You can put the glue in the all sides of the flaps if you need to. So you can see we have stuck the bottom part and the side. Now the only thing that remains is the top part. Now the top part is going to be folded differently. If, let's say, I fold the top part the same way I folded the bottom part, it's going to be difficult for the person to see what's inside the gift, and he will have to bother opening the opening of the box. So this is going to be slightly different. I'm just going to fold the two inwards like that. These two are going to serve the purpose of a handle. Just like that. Okay? So in order to attach these two, we need to use the punch machine and create some holes, two holes on this side and on this side. So that can easily be done by the punch machine. If you can see, I've already made a hole. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. If you find this part difficult, just ask an adult to help you. There. If you see, I've got my holes ready. And this is where the ribbon is going to come in. I have used a purple ribbon because my flowers are purple, just to complement and mix and match the colors well. But it totally depends on you. You can find a ribbon that matches your box color. If you don't really have to have this ribbon. If you have like a fabric ribbon at home, or a shoelace that you're not using, or any piece of material that you think is suitable to serve the purpose of a handle, then you can use it. See, you don't really have to go and have and buy this sort of paper ribbon. This is a paper ribbon. What I can do is trim it a bit. What you can do is use your scissors and just pull it inwards a bit so that it sticks down. If you know how to make a bow, then you can do that as well. Okay, so as you can see, we are done with this box. It was a very simple method. It didn't really take so much time. It was just making a grid. We took an A4 size paper, made 7 columns, 7 columns, removed the extra bits, folded the box all over, decorated the box, added the mounting tape on the side, and folded the box all together, used the punch machine to make the holes, and now we just put a ribbon, and now our box is ready to give a gift to somebody. But don't forget, remember to put your gift inside the box. This is something suitable, or if you have whatever you want to give in your cupcake or what, make sure you put it inside and then you put the ribbon and tie it up. Because once you tie the ribbon, it's going to be hard to open it up and do the process all over again. So I hope you all learned and enjoyed this activity. This is the end of the first episode of this show, and see you next time. Thank you very much.